When I was a young man, the world felt wide open, as endless and untamed as the horizons I'd see on those cross country drives in my old Chevy. That was the 60s, a time when freedom wasn't just a word we tossed around, it was a fire burning in our guts. We were dreamers back then, every one of us convinced that we could change the world. And some of us did, in ways big and small. Now I'm 70 years old with more days behind me than ahead. I've lived through wars, civil rights marches, moon landings, and moments so electrifying that they felt like humanity's heartbeat had quickened all at once. And I've seen the flip side of that coin: disappointments, stagnation, and a world that sometimes seems to have lost its way. Yet through it all, I've come to understand something. Freedom isn't what it used to be, or maybe it's us who've changed. Back then, freedom felt visceral. It was a kid at Woodstock, barefoot in the mud, believing love and music could solve anything. It was Martin Luther King Jr. standing at the Lincoln Memorial, his words cutting through the clouds like sunlight. It was the first woman burning her bra in defiance of a world that told her she couldn't. Freedom back then was raw and defiant, born of struggle and sacrifice. It was an ideal we didn't just talk about. We fought for it, marched for it, bled for it. And it didn't come with a like button or a hashtag. It came with consequences, real and immediate. Today, freedom feels complicated. Folks argue over it like it's a pie with only so many slices to go around. We've got more ways to connect, but somehow we're more divided. The internet, a miracle in its own right, was supposed to set us free. Now it's a double-edged sword, a place where voices can be amplified but also drowned out by noise and vitriol. Sometimes it feels like we've traded one kind of shackle for another, less visible but just as binding.